Hello, hello. Right, carrying on from where we left off. If you followed in the last video, you'll notice that I've said that we've basically had 2 weekends, 7 whole days to just bang it all out. And we've done loads. So much so we didn't get a chance to do the videos. So yeah, hopefully this video will be showing all the installation of the furniture and everything we've done up until the point of putting the bed in. Hope you enjoy. Right, we found our fridge, came out of the box where the door was actually detached and it was all rubbing against here. So we've got some scratches on it, but I'm not overly worried about that. Okay, there was a box of stuff inside the fridge that contained only the manual. Well, that's handy. So yeah, I found the door was off. So I've dealt with the top bracket. The bottom bracket was bent. I've now managed to straighten that and screw it back onto the chassis properly. See how this fits now. Actually, that fits all right. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. Now, let's have a look at the instructions and see how it's installed. Installation. Step 1. Ensure that the fridge is not damaged when opening the packages after receiving the product. Yeah. Alright, looks like I need to drill the holes myself. Right. Let me start by saying I feel a little weird that I have to drill my own holes in the side of this fridge to mount it inside a cabinet when it's a cabinet mounted fridge. So basically I've got to take off these little caps here and go through them with my drill bit. Damn it. Scuff the door slightly, that's not a big issue. There we go. 5 holes. 4 holes. Right, I've already made plugs for the fridge. I've done them opposite sides, so there's no way of getting them wrong. There we go.
It's a glove. Well, it should do because it was made for it.
There we go. That's our fridge in place.
It's kind of weird that it doesn't go all the way back in. It feels like it needs to like go all the way in, doesn't it?
Yeah. A bit weird, isn't it? Okay, now the fun part. Putting the screws in. Ta-da! Let's take all our tape off. We have our fridge. I've been playing with the settings and I've set the freezer for -20 and the fridge for 4 degrees. And, oh, you know what? I might just leave that protective coating on there. I don't know. Sure. I've started now.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure whether it was supposed to come off or not when I tried because it was stuck.
I don't know. Let's just leave it there for now. We can always take it off again later. Yeah, it works. You press and hold the on-off button. That puts it into night mode. Engages the night light, which is that little green LED in the middle, just so you can see it at night. And if you short press again, it brings it back on. If you press the settings, you can set the freezer temperature or the fridge temperature. And if you short press this one, it turns it off. So I'll let it run for a little bit now just to do its thing, but I'm going to turn it off because our battery is still quite low. But yeah, we have a fridge. As it is a bank holiday, we have to indulge in some ice cream. So now we've completed the fridge, and I was getting near the point where I was running out of things that I could do until my delivery came. But as if by magic, Mr. Amazon turned up and brought me my 54mm drill bit. So I can now carry on with the gas box. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill the 54mm hole for the vent.
You got it the right way around, yeah?
Well, yeah, that's a pilot hole I drilled ready for it. Now I'll do some holes in the bottom for when I come to screw it to the floor. Alright, the fun part now will be drilling through the bottom of the van.
Scary business.
I'll do that from underneath. I know where my hole is.
Nope, I see the start of it. You're just about through. And you're through.
I might have to do it from the other side.
You're through.
I'm sure, am I?
Yep.
Excellent. Tell you what, I can smell all the burnt hair in my arm from where the swarf was landing on me.
I can see your arm, your hands underneath through the hole. Hey!
Hello! Hey! Kerry's going to do some of the metalwork from the van chassis with the Hammerite, direct to rest. Can't really see much, apart from dead ass. Right, I've started assembling my gas regulator. Once you've got your regulator position, you do not want to twist this hose. You need to position these correctly so that when it's in the right position, it's more or less upright without any resistance. So if it was over here, you're going to twist it. You don't want to avoid twisting this hose. Secondly, there are neoprene washers in these. Although a lot of people will say use soapy water, don't use washing up liquid. The chemicals in washing up liquid can eat the rubber seals. If you do need to test these, it's worth going down Screwfix, spending a couple of quid on some LDF, leak detection fluid. But again, I would recommend it getting done by a gas safe engineer. There we go. As I said earlier, now the regulator is installed. This will hook over here without me having to twist the hose. So this will fit nicely on top of the bottle. There we go. It's our gas box fully installed. And there we go. Ready to receive a bottle. Well, seems like the random event of the day is we have a helicopter landing in the field behind us. It's an ambulance helicopter, so whatever has happened, I hope everyone's okay. There we go. Now it's installed. I feel just to stop anything getting up around it, a little bit of Sikaflex around the outside is probably a good idea. I could use black, but I don't want to open a whole new tube just this little bit. So I'll use white, even though it's massively unsightly. The only people that are going to see it are the ants and the insects and the, well, mechanic. Beautiful. Well, as it's an absolute scorcher today, we're going to take plenty of breaks. But as you can see, our wonderful little canopy is not only good for the rain, it's good for the sun as well. We also have the breeze coming through the van, and it's absolutely glorious. Right, so we're now ready to install our sink and hob. Basically, this is a tap kit. Annoyingly, it doesn't come with any instructions. So I've tested with a multimeter just to confirm my suspicion, and I'm pretty certain I know how it goes on. Even though you've got a red and a black on the tap, it's a pass-through switch. So basically, your incoming positive will go to the red on the tap, and the black from the tap will go to the red off the pump, and the blue from the pump will go to your negative. So basically, once you turn on the tap, closes this micro switch, sends power to the pump, and you have water. Relatively straightforward. And now we have our hob and our sink. Okay, our tap goes there. One thing I'm pleasantly surprised about, this comes with both a piezo and a flame failure device. Now that's interesting. I wouldn't expect a camping stove to come with that. Basically, it's got a little thermocouple on it which holds open a piezoelectric gas valve. So, and it's got a piezo for ignition. So once you light it, you hold it for a second, same as your home cooker, and it'll activate a couple of microvolts going down the thermocouple which will hold the piezoelectric valve open. If, say, you had a gust of wind and it blew out your hob, your gas would run for about 10 seconds or so, but as the thermocouple cools down, it can't hold open the piezoelectric gas valve, and it shuts your gas off automatically. Far better than I expected on the camping hob.
Wonder how often we'll actually use the sink.
It's nice to have it and not need it rather than need it and not have
Yeah,
it.
well, you use it every... Ow!
Look at me like that was my fault.
You saw my hand, was it? It was his fault. Always his fault.
See the look she gave me? Oh my
No.
God. So I've got the prep work done for my tap. On the positive power coming from my switch panel, I've got a female connector, so there's no danger of earthing against anything. So that goes straight into my tap positive, and my tap positive, my tap negative connects to the positive of my pump, which connects to the negative. I turn the power on to the pump. Oh, there we go. We have a working tap. Job's good on. When it's in place then, I'll just secure the cable up against the back of the wall here, and the pump will dangle into my water bucket. I've also used a little 10mm rubber grommet just to allow a minimal gap between the fresh water and the outside, and to protect the cable from rubbing against the plastic on the lid. Okay, I've had a good look at the cooker, and annoyingly it didn't come with any instructions. So I've had to figure out how it all goes together, which I have now. One of the more annoying points is the gas outlet is here above the fridge, pointing this way. So I'm going to have to pre-run the pipe to here, around, through this bulkhead, down the back to the gas box. And I've had to take the drawer out so I'll have access to make the final connection. It's kind of annoying, but I should have seen this coming, and really, I think in hindsight, I should have installed the cooker sink before I put the furniture in place. But you live and learn. Right, so I've got the gas pipe roughly in place. I've put the trim on around the sink, and now I'm ready to drop it in position. There we go. It's in. Right, I don't know if you can see, but where these are meant to go in there with a screw through them, holding them into thing, they're flush. So I can't really screw that in like that and then screw it. Put a screw through it and then put a lid on it. So I'm going to have to drill out each hole just ever so slightly so I can put a screw in it. That's kind of annoying. So I'm going to use a 7.5mm drill bit just to burrow out each hole a teeny tiny little bit. Just enough to get the little cap thing in. I've got to be very careful that I get the hole dead center. It should be enough on each hole. Yes, these fit nicely. There we go. All 6 securing points are in. Right, that's all 6 in. Right, when you're adding the caps back in, it's important to use the 6 from the bag because they're slightly smaller and they fit in these little sockets. The ones that came out the original holes don't. I think they're meant to be there, the little stoppers, just in case you decide to silicone it in. There we go. Apart from the waste and the gas pipe, that's most of the work in my sink done. Just got to connect up the tap, secure the wire in place, boom. Yeah, working under here is really awkward. I've got the gas connected now, but yeah, I've got to do everything under the sink now, so it's a pain. Thankfully, Kerry has been an amazing gopher, and she's passing me everything I need. But yeah, I would strongly suggest fitting your sink before you put your furniture in place.
Mind you, with this heat, you look like you've melted.
I feel like I've melted.
Oh my God.
I am a bag of sweat.
That is not a good look for you.
Hey. I don't know where you can see that, but that is my gas line and my electricals for my pump installed. Well, there I was, thinking I was smug with a sink, putting a rubber grommet through the lid for the cable, but I forgot. It's not just the cable that's got to go in, it's the hose as well. So I've got to cut a bigger hole in the lid anyway. There we go, live and learn. All right, that's my sink waste in, and my grey water and fresh water bottles, and all my infrastructure as well. That's it. That job is done. Right, the last two little bits and bobs I've done is I've put a wooden brace across there just to stop the bottles sliding about. They're now pretty snug in their enclosure. And the last thing I've done is I decided my electrical cabinet had a lot of unused space. So what I've done is the original swinging door, I put an extra 2 corner brackets on that side as well as the original 2 on this side. And I now have a removable trap door, which I can use to get down into the battery compartment. So yeah, apart from obviously the bed, the only things I got left to do is connect this to my inverter once the plug arrives, put my fan in, which will be around here somewhere, which is this cable. I won't be doing that though until after I've got the bed in because it might get in the way. I've got the trim along the rear door, the trim along the front door, and I've still got to wire in my main battery connector on my van. Apart from that, we're pretty much done. God, I'm so excited! Well, I think I'm going to call it a day there. That's enough for now. As you can see, we're sitting down by the van enjoying a cup of tea. As it's a bank holiday weekend, I booked the Friday off to give me a nice long weekend to really get stuck in. It's a Sunday now and I'm really happy. It's just a bed to go. It's been a long hard slog, but it's so been worth it. I cannot wait to get this finished.
It will be nice. It'll be nice to use it.
Yes. Hopefully soon we can actually get out and do campy things.
Do you know what? It's going to be really, really nice because the only thing left now, like you said, is the bed, then the finishing touches. And of course, you've got to put the wire underneath your seat to the...
Yes, I've still got to do the battery to battery connection, but...
that's it then. It's
charging off the solar quite nicely. When I put the battery in, it was at 30%. That was yesterday. So, and yesterday and today it is charged up to 52%. That's off a 130 watt panel, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, again, if you found any of this useful, entertaining, or amusing, please like and subscribe. It really does help us make more content. Thank you very much.
See ya!